I just wanted to take us back to Joburg EMS regarding this road collapse in the Joburg CBD on Bree Street as well, now known as Lillian in Ngoye. We've seen SAPS and JMPD on the ground, incapable, it seems, of controlling the pedestrians who are now walking over Bree Street this morning. Let's bring in Joburg EMS spokesperson Robert Mulaudzi joining us this morning. Robert, hello to you. This must be a nightmare for you because we know, and we've been hearing from the Premier and the Mayor, that the threat of a second incident has not been cleared. How do you feel about these people who are just walking all over Bree Street? Good morning.
Good morning, Gareth, and morning to the viewers. Yes, we are concerned about the people who might be, tempted to come to the area, because we might have a situation where we might have a secondary collapse. Hence, we are, urging our residents out there to stay away from this area, and also motorists also to avoid, this area, adhere to instructions which have been issued by our colleagues from JMPD in terms of road restrictions. We also need to confirm that early hours of this morning, we managed to recover a body of a male person who was trapped while we were removing those vehicles which were on site, which were affected on site. We managed to recover that body. That brings the total number of patients to about 41, with the one fatality. The injured ones who received serious injuries to moderate injuries were transported to various healthcare facilities in and around the city of Johannesburg.
Talk to me what the plan is now for EMS. Where do you fit into the picture here now? Because you're not currently treating any patients. There is no more need for EMS per se. So where do you now fit into the planning on how to handle this situation?
We are part of the right now, Gareth, we are part of the assessment process, which needs to still assess the affected the adjacent buildings. Those buildings will still need to assess the structural integrity of those buildings, whether there will be a need for us to evacuate any residents in those buildings or not. If the buildings are safer, of course, then we'll have to make sure that those residents are there, because we have to toy around in between the safety and also the economical activities which still has to be conducted in that area, because you'll know that that is one of the busiest streets in the inner city, in the CBD of Johannesburg. So at this stage, I will say that is what is going to be happening. And also the investigations in terms of the source or the cause of the incident. Remember, there was a report about the gas leakage, which is not confirmed, since our colleagues from Egoli, they've issued a statement to say that they don't have any interruptions in their pipeline. However, as a city, we need to remove any uncertainty on that regard, because we've got three theories here, Gareth. We've got one, which is it might be a possible gas leak. Two, we might have an issue of methane gas, which might be the cause of that explosion. And then three, we might have issues of illegal mining, which is being conducted there, being the cause of this explosion. So we need to make sure that we send specialists to conduct thorough investigations, so that we can be able to determine what might be the cause of this explosion. Of course, we are pleading with our residents out there to stay away from the area, since there's a huge possibility of secondary explosion.
Yeah, Robert, that's exactly why I was hoping to speak to you. And the viewers would have seen those visuals as well, just how they're being ignored at the moment by the SAPS and JMPD. They've got simply no control over the crowds. It doesn't seem to look like it at the moment. EMS spokesperson Robert Mulaudzi, thank you very much. All the best to you and your team for today. So here are those visuals we were talking about. We're not even entirely sure who these people are at this point, trying to put up these barricade tapes. But you can see that despite the fact that they're putting up this tape, no one seems to be that interested. I suspect this might be Egoli gas officials trying to just cordon off the area. But what you're not seeing on this image is just down the road from there, we do have JMPD cars. We do have SAPS, but no one seems to be able to control the crowds. Now, the problem is here, as they're walking underneath that tape, just behind this camera view, behind this camera position, I think you'll probably see it in a couple of seconds if we stay here, is the actual Bree Street. They're just walking over it as though nothing has actually changed at all. We've been seeing this all morning, so we are going to try and just get some more clarity as to why this is not being controlled. No one seems to care. It's still a very dangerous area. There is gas leaking, but as you can see, no one's in control. No one has any idea what's going on, and there are children in this area as well. That's where we're going to leave it for now, but our team are still on the scene. We'll bring you the updates as we get them.